Well, I guess we're doing this now. Timer text. What if Sasuke died? Part 7. No one cares. All the filler between now and the Rescue Sasuke arc. Now, before I continue, yes, I am well aware of what I am covering. I know that it is not canon to the manga. But at the same time, the Naruto filler arcs in the anime are some of the best parts of the show. I mean, granted, there are quite a few parts of the filler that are just droll and boring, and even just cringy. But I still stand by my previous statement. Filler can be entertaining. You just need to know where to look. But for this episode, I'm mostly going to focus on the race arc. And that's because in this episode, much of the other filler that we're going to be covering is left relatively unchanged and also doesn't really do much for the story to begin with. You'll see why as we start today's episode. Anyway, here is part 7 of What If Sasuke Died. The only difference in this episode is that Sakura's around to enjoy the hot springs. By the time she even realizes what's going on, everything is already pretty much unfolded. She didn't really have to do much at all. Sasuke is still dead. And last I checked, you can't heal dead people. This episode, out of all the one-offs, seems to have the most changes so far. First off, we need to consider that Sai is on Team 7 now instead of Sasuke, and that I would imagine that Naruto is going to be having an easier time of getting everyone enthused of seeing what is underneath Kakashi's mask. Other than that, yeah, events pretty much unfold the same way. We continue our story somewhat unchanged up until Team 7 takes a break at the tea house when they are on their way to do an escort mission. We do of course get the part where Idate makes himself known to Team 7. He's just being a dick, trying to rile up Naruto, and is trying to hit on Sakura. But what happens after when he does that is actually very different. This Sakura is actually less inclined to take things like that kindly. So she kindly takes Idate and puts him through the table. A sight that has Sai grinning ear to ear and nearly has Naruto in stitches of laughter. Now, before Idate has a chance to even yell at Sakura, Sakura scolds Idate. How dare he say such horrible things to Naruto? Such vicious and cruel things about her village, where she came from. And before she can even continue, Sai chimes in and says some things that actually harm her essential debate rather than help her. And also says some pretty mean things about her and Naruto, which kind of has them turn their anger to him and allowing Idate to get the hell out of there. This results in Team 7 chasing after Idate, as well as paying for not just both their meals, but also for damages for Sakura destroying a table. Yeah, they may or may not be allowed back there for a while. We do of course get the part where Team 7 catches up to Idate. He tries to lie about not having any money and says he was robbed, but Team 7 is actually not buying it. First off, Sakura is a bit more skeptical because, again, she needs to be more wary and alert now that she's trying her best to protect Naruto. Naruto just straight up doesn't like him, and Sai doesn't really know what emotions are and doesn't really care, so they have no real reason to buy anything he says. So, Yeah, Idate tries to just book it yet again once he grabs his knife, drops his leg weight, and then proceeds to leave Team 7 in literal dust. Team 7 then meets up with Boss Jirocho, which goes pretty similar to as it does in the anime. Naruto introduces himself in a goofy manner. Sai makes a very goofy remark about him and he gets frustrated. Only difference is that Sakura doesn't really tell Naruto to watch it when Naruto addresses Boss Jirocho as big guy, because remember, she was there when she met him, so he knows he's cool. Boss Jirocho then proceeds to tell Team 7 all about the race to the Todoroki Shrine. It started off as a ritual, and it became a tradition. It only happens every 4 years. All that exposition that we got in the original canon, we get here too. As for who beats up those thugs in the town who are trying to rob the shopkeeper, it's Sakura instead of Sasuke. And yeah, Sai's the one who's watching and grinning on the sidelines, as per normal. To say that Sai likes to watch Sakura beat people up would be an understatement. Fast forward to the day of the race. Everything is going as it does in the anime, especially the part where Dante essentially tries to ditch his team and not tells them about his little shortcut. Now we do have the Rain Ninja from the Chunin exams follow in pursuit of Team 7, but the only difference here in this timeline is they've never met. Wait a minute, Tyrant, stop. Didn't they meet in the Chunin exams in the survival arc? Nope, that never happened. Remember, Team 7 got all their scrolls early, so they didn't get the chance to meet the Rain Ninja, and were able to complete the exams early. To make a long story short, the Rain Ninja no longer know what to expect and don't have that advantage anymore. But on the other hand, Team 7's not necessarily at an advantage either, because they don't have Sasuke around, which means they can't have a Sharingan tell them what is a clone and what is not, so yeah, both sides kind of lost an advantage. The battle against the Rain Ninja happens as it does in the anime, with Dante jumping ship and Team 7 essentially splitting up. So, Dante is continuing the race while Team 7 battles the Rain Ninja underwater, which also happens as it does in the anime. Whirlpool and everything. Now, do we get the CPR scene with Naruto and Sakura? Well, yes and no. I'm going to say something similar happens in this continuity. I'm going to say that Sai was able to catch up with Naruto and Sakura about the same time. And Sakura was actually knocked out from that whirlpool, and as she's slowly starting to regain consciousness, she sees Naruto trying to give her mouth-to-mouth. And before she can push him off, Sai grabs a hold of Naruto's head, pushes it right into Sakura's face, and Sakura has her first kiss with Naruto. To which Sakura pushes Naruto off and punches Sai right in the face. And yes, it's just as hilarious as it looks and sounds. Things realign to the anime for a little while up until the fight with Aoi. Everything before then is still pretty similar, only replacing Sasuke with Sai. So, Aoi overpowering Idate at the shore still happens. Idate taking refuge in a cave and nearly giving up still happens. Team 7 trying to talk some sense into Idate still happens. The other runner taking a break and nearly losing still happens. The other runner getting bullied by Aoi and threatened at the same time still happens. But what about the fight itself with Aoi? What is different there exactly? Well, Sasuke's not alive to fuck things up, so there's that. But we also have Sai here much earlier, who is much more experienced than Sasuke was. And we also have Sakura here, who has had more training in this timeline, and is also more willing to defend Naruto and Sai, as well as her client, and with her more defensive and overall more aggressive nature, she's able to actually help her team, and together, they all are capable of putting up a pretty good fight against Aoi. So much so that their combined efforts are able to hurl him off the cliff much sooner than in the original canon, allowing Idate to catch up and win the race. With their mission completed, Team 7 returns back to the Leaf Village for some much needed R&R. And since Sasuke's not around, no one's injured, so they're pretty much free to do whatever they want until their next mission. But as you might have guessed, I'm going to be ending it here. I'm sorry for such a short part, but I wanted to get all the filler out of the way until the Rescue Sasuke arc, which is going to be a much longer part. And I also wanted to let you guys know that yes, I do intend to cover filler for all my series, so you don't have to worry if that is something you like, and if you don't, then I'm sorry. But just remember that none of this is canon to begin with, so at least I have no excuse to skip it. And speaking of not canon, should I cover the movies as well? I mean, they also are quite an interesting thought experiment to throw into the mix. I'll leave a poll up above and you guys can decide for me. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more. And I'll see you all next time.